Hello, 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 and welcome to the Journey with Janey podcast. I am your host, Jane Anderson, and I have to apologise. My lighting isn't great. If you're viewing I'm sat here in my new office. So we are here for episode 12. The season has changed, even though it might not feel like it because it's cold again today here in the hills of Northumberland, but we have seen the sunshine. So, season 3, The Quiet Field, Rediscovery. This is what we've been talking about over the last 12 weeks. And I feel like it's time to draw this season to a close. Well, end of the podcast season. Um, but also the end of the season of becoming, because that's what we've been talking about over these last 12 weeks. And if you're listening closely, you can feel it that something has shifted. And outside in nature, the light is different. The mornings arrive earlier, the light shining through the bedroom curtains, and the air outside is just, I don't really know how to describe it, a quiet sense of movement, excitement almost. Spring is no longer the promise that we had from the snowdrops that we talked about. It's here. It's here. The daffodils are actually blooming in my garden, and that is definitely a sign of spring here in the hills. They've literally just started coming out this week. So, yeah, spring is upon us. So, if we sit and think about where we've actually began this journey back at the beginning of the year, we stepped into a stillness. I talked about wintering and how I'd spent time from October time last year just being and trusting the pause, not rushing anything, not rushing a change, not forcing clarity to come through, but just listening and basically slowing down. And over the past weeks, I feel something shifted. And I hope you guys who are listening have felt something shift too, even if it's just one small thing. I had some quite serious storms came over me. We've I've spoken some stories out about things that were affecting me. And we gave ourselves permission to rest. We honoured our rest. And meaning kind of emerged from things that we were talking about. I found meaning in things that I didn't really realise that I needed to. And memories were revisited, none more so than when I went to my mother or home. What did I call it? Motherland, I think I called it when I did the podcast. That was, yeah, that was a big shift for me. I felt it. And to be honest, the waves that have been crashing down around me have come in full force this past 12 weeks. And I'm grateful to you, the listeners and viewers, to give me this space to share these thoughts and feelings with you because it makes me do what I do. And I know this is all for the greater good as I take action on those feelings that have been thrown up for me. And through all of the last 12 weeks, rediscovery has quietly taken place. You might not realize it at the minute, but there is something happening. And that's not in like dramatic moments, but it might just be those really, really small moments, the ones that you're noticing what no longer fits. And I think the big one for me is giving yourself the permission to actually stop and pause. And if you don't want to use the word stop, give yourself permission to chill, uh, to relax, to sit with a cup of coffee for 5 minutes and not worry about anything else that's going on in the world or on within your life. And that's been a real big one for me. I gave myself permission to stop. And that gave me the time, is it time? Gave me yeah, I suppose gave me the space to look at where I am and where I'm going and remembering who you are beneath any expectations that is projected onto you and trusting your own pace because you do you. And if we think about the seasons, that's what they do. They don't push to get the um, leaves growing as soon as the sun starts to shine as winter's sort of coming to an end. You know, we've had some beautiful sunny days here in Northumberland in the UK, but the trees still haven't actually pushed their leaves out yet. They're just not quite ready. So they're not rushing to transform themselves. They're creating the conditions for it. They're waiting till the conditions are right. And winter didn't make us bloom. It prepared us all for this. So if you sit and think today about where you actually are, and I would say we're at the edge of something new. I haven't even thought about what next week's going to be about, but we'll be going somewhere new. No rushing forward, no looking back. Just recognizing that the ground beneath us feels steadier. You have that little flicker of knowingness in your body, that your direction feels clearer, and the trust in ourselves feels stronger. And as I said before, the things you may have felt over the past 12 weeks, the waves that have hit, the storms that might have come in, are to make you stronger, to allow you to grow and to bloom into this next season. And that's what rediscovery looks like. A slow, steady finding the path that you want to be on. And not, it's not about becoming someone different. It's about becoming more of yourself, like your true self that's in here, that's inside, that wants to bloom and is desperate to be out there. You might have noticed the changes. And as I've said, these might just be small ones. And some of the things you might have felt, there might be um, a new boundary that you've put in place, might have taken a different decision. My big hope is you've got a quieter mind, a calmer aura about you, a stronger voice because you know there's just that's something that gives you the confidence to be you. A big sense or a deeper sense of what matters to you. And these aren't accidents. These are signs of alignment, of you lining up with why we're actually here and what your purpose is to be here. And like I said before, coming back to who you truly are as a person. And I think the beautiful thing for me about the seasons, and I know we've talked about this um, a lot over the past 12 weeks, the seasons don't end as such. There isn't like I know we have like spring equinox and um, I can't think of the other ones, the winter solstice, that kind of thing that are dates in the diary. But if you look outside the window or take notice while you're out for a walk, just because the spring equinox has happened, everything doesn't all of a sudden bloom at one time. The seasons don't end abruptly, as in a start and finish time. They evolve through the time. So if you think about spring will bring the movement, which is where we're moving into now. Summer brings growth with the sunshine. The crops begin to grow. The grass grows. The animals grow that are feeding off the grass. And then autumn brings that quiet time of reflection as we watch the leaves start to fall off the trees. And winter will return at some point. And I'm not trying to rush us through. I know that's going totally off camber as to what we're talking about, but winter will return with the wisdom. And that will be our time to come back to all of this and to pause and reflect and spend that quiet time again. And through all of this, through all of the seasons, we will continue to grow and become who we are meant to be. So, as we close this season, I want to leave you with a reminder. Over these past 12 weeks, you've already done the work of listening to who you are inside. You've already honoured what needs to change with some of the prompts and things and the writing and journaling things that you've been doing. You've already taken those first steps towards living more honestly and being more true to yourself. So the invitation is pretty simple. And I'll be honest, hands up, I need to listen to what I'm talking about and re-listen to this myself and instill this into me. Keep going, not faster, not louder, just true to you. Because life doesn't unfold all at once. If you think about some of you have been with me from the start on this journey of where I was when I first started out, it doesn't all happen at once. Things that I planted seeds of 2, even 3 years ago are just starting to bloom. It unfolds season by season. And my message from me to you is I know something has changed within you if you've been listening and you've done a little bit of the work, a little bit of the background stuff. I can feel it. Can you? Thank you for walking this season with me. Thank you for listening or viewing. And I do apologise for the quality of the viewing this week. I will get my lighting sorted. And thank you for trusting the process, the journey that we've been on over these last 12 weeks. And I would love to know if there is anything that has really helped you. I would just love to know if you've enjoyed season 3 the quiet field, a journey of rediscovery. And as we step into the next chapter, whatever that looks like for you, remember this: the field is still there, the quiet is still there, and so are you. Until next time, take care and go live life. Thank you for joining me on the Journey with Janey podcast. It's always a pleasure to be with you on a Wednesday or whenever you are downloading and listening to the Journey with Janey podcast. All I ask is that you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And also remember, there are ways of contacting me through my website on www.journeywithjaney.com. There's a contact button to book a call, which is a free 15-minute call, and all the details of the ways to work with me are on my website. I'm always available for a chat, a DM, or just a message via LinkedIn or Instagram. We all have the social handles now. Just drop me a message and let's talk. And remember, we don't have to do this alone, which is exactly why I am here to help guide you on this journey. I am the me that I needed 3 years ago, and I hope and feel that I can help you on your journey of moving forward by taking small, simple steps. So from me to you, take care.